amid the controversy over the cash for query charge. Speaking exclusively to India Today, the TMC MP Mahua Moitra accused the chairman of the Parliament's Ethics Committee of sordid, unethical and prejudiced conduct during the hearing. Listen in to what she said.
The chairperson says you've used unparliamentary language backed by the BJP MPs.
No, 1 second. Everything is transcribed. There's nothing secret. I have not used any unparliamentary language. Nobody has used any unparliamentary language. The chairperson was reading out from a script that had been handed to him. His line of questioning was filthy. I am standing there. There are two issues. One is the NIC login. And we need to make this public. There's no rule 275 which is going to protect anybody else. You want to expel us all? Please expel us all. Because this BJP government has taken every rule, every structure that we had in this country and thrown it out of the window. So don't expect us to adhere to anything. And you quote us rule 275. What they did from the beginning was, the rule is, I came in, I gave my statement. Then they're supposed to ask, everyone's supposed to ask questions. Before anybody else could start, the chairperson had a 10 or 12 page list of questions. His line of questioning had nothing to do with the two main questions. Why have I been called? One is use of the NIC login, whether it's authorized, unauthorized, and the repercussions of that. That is one issue. The second issue is the purported cash and gifts that you can ask me about, which has been provided with evidence you can ask me about, which I'm perfectly willing to answer. Whichever question he asked me related to that, and he never asked any question related to that, his entire line of questioning right from the beginning was filthy and derogatory. It was a complete Bastraharan. I mean, I don't even want to tell you all those questions. He says, you say so-and-so was a dear friend. Just how dear was he? And does his wife know how dear he was? And he named the wife. So our committee members stood up and said that you have no right when who the wife is, what that person is, how these are not members, these are not proceedings of a committee. Please stop this line of questioning. So then he says that, oh, she can answer no. So, and I want to ask you something on television, because we as women in this country have shied away from this. He's persisting with this filthy line of questioning, and he is saying, he says, oh, who do you speak to at night, and how long, what are your late night calls to, and can you provide us login details of who your late night calls are to? I said, what kind of a question? How is it relevant?
No, he apparently also asked you specifically about the login.
That is like asking a woman.
You are saying he asked you personal question, but he's also claiming, just a minute, ma'am.
I've answered.
No, he's also claiming apparentajapparently that he specifically asked you about the fact that your login was used allegedly 47 times from Dubai.
Rajdeep, he never got to my logins. I will answer my logins openly. Let me finish.
Yes.
He asked, these were the line of questions. He never asked about the 47 logins. They gave an NIC report in the morning to everybody, which they showed and they took back. I was never provided a copy of the report, number one. And he never asked me about the logins. He never asked. He asked general questions about, do you think it is okay for an unauthorized person to get into your login? He never asked about the logins. He never got to that. The line of questioning he was taking, who was a dear friend? Does his wife know? Who were your late night calls to? Which hotel did you go to? Who did you stay the night with? This kind of cheap questioning. And then he says, you can say no. I'm asking you on national television, if I ask somebody, are you a prostitute? And she says no. Is that a line of questioning to take? Is the question itself not derogatory? Is that question itself not derogatory? How dare, just because I'm sitting in a witness box, he's going to follow this unethical, immoral, Vastraharan is going to go on. And I'm going to have to sit there. Every time, multiple times the MPs told him, multiple times. And I have to say, none of the BJP MPs on record said anything.